Confederate guns. I want to try that one. It's going to get us access to that new artillery thing here, the Williams gun. I've never heard of it. Welcome to Worms and Warriors, and welcome to Grand Tactician, the Civil War, and our Confederate campaign. This campaign started on July the 8th, 1861. We're just over a month in. We're in September the 19th, 1861. We fought a bunch of battles in Virginia. We fought a battle in Missouri just now. And let's have a quick look where we're at. We'll have a quick overview here. So, again, pretty much where you would expect things to be, except maybe this. The Union has pushed south. They've marched through, from Cairo, through Missouri, down towards Little Rock in Arkansas. They've currently stopped at Batesville. So the army from Mississippi is here with 14,000 men, give or take. We're not exactly sure. We haven't spotted them properly for a little while, well, for a day, but I don't think we've been really close to them yet, so we don't really know. But we think they've got 14,000 men and 5 guns, and they're here at Batesville. Just a stone's throw, really, from the state capital of Arkansas, Little Rock. So it's under threat. We had pushed north into Missouri and we defeated an army here, the Union Army. The Union Army of the West, I think it was, but they've now retreated back north. We took Lebanon and burnt the depot and left, basically. So now, I've given these guys orders to come back into Arkansas, but they're going to go north first. I don't know why. Maybe I must have given them orders for that first, but not sure. Either way, it's pretty annoying. But the Missouri State Guard and Van Dorn's Western Army are going to pull back into Arkansas. And somebody, probably Van Dorn's, going to move across to Little Rock, and we're going to try and hold that against this army. And throw them out of Arkansas, basically, if the opportunity arises. We are raising troops right here at Fayetteville. We're going to have about 4,000 men in the Trans-Mississippi HQ. We'll dole them out to these two commands. We're also recruiting troops at Memphis. Going to be about 8,500 men, give or take. We've got some guys going out to these various commands. We've got Polk's force here at Cairo, and we're going to actually send these guys up to threaten St. Louis. We've got some more guys on the way to Albert Sidney Johnston. That's going to bring him to about 8,200 men. We took part of those guys from the garrison at Nashville, sending new troops into Nashville's garrison to bolster that out. We're also sending more troops to garrison Fort Hyman, so it's going to be a brigade of infantry in there to join the brigade of infantry at Fort Henry. That just leaves Fort Donaldson with that tiny artillery garrison, but we'll work on that as we get some more recruits, basically. We're starting to run low on men. Well, we're starting to run low on equipment, if I'm being perfectly honest. So we've got 8,200 men recruiting into Ruggles, Virginia HQ. I had a request for a unit, which is a first for me, which, you know, I'm quite happy to do. We've recruited the 1st CSA Marine Brigade. Frock coats, kepi, and white trousers. We've gone for Confederate grey here as requested. Well, grey was requested, but I've gone for Confederate. They're from North Carolina, with William R. Cox in charge. He's also from North Carolina. Mixed muskets for now. We'll give those guys some better weapons when they become available. But I hope this is the right setup that you wanted. I wasn't sure about the frock coat. I mean, there was 2 options, but this one seemed the most likely. So we've gone for that one. Oops. Why is that gone red? Now green. Alright, well. The white could be whiter, I think, but, you know, we're going to go with this anyway. So that's the 1st CSA Marine Brigade recruiting into the HQ unit there, and they'll go out to do some fighting soon. We dished out the guys who were in here, who were already recruited, so we're waiting on Smith's Brigade. We're going to be 3 days. They'll be going straight out to a command. Pickett's Brigade, still some way off. 37 days for those guys. Come from Texas, so I suppose that's why. Fry's, Cav also still a while off, 27 days. McLaws with some guys from Alabama, 22 days. The Marine Brigade here itself, let's have a look, 14 days for those dudes. We've got some Cav coming, 26 days, and some more artillery, 41 days. I've actually added the 10-pound parrots that we had sitting around in our stores to this unit. And I've also done a little bit of reorganizing with the Virginia force here. I mean, it's starting to look a bit stupid with all these divisions, so maybe I'll condense them down. I'm not sure yet, but we've gone for making the beginnings of an artillery division. I mean, it's not really a division because the units are so small. We haven't done the reform yet. And just while I'm talking about reforms, actually, 1.07 is now live. I've made a little update video just before this one. I'm not sure if you've seen it, probably not, but if you haven't, then go and check that out. Or don't bother. just carry on watching. Basically, 1.07 is now live. We have been playing in the beta, but now we're on the live version, which is pretty cool. So yeah, we're going to make Brown's Artillery Division, which is, I mean, you know, it's a regiment or something, I guess you would call it now. 13 guns there on the Rosser with 12-pound field guns, and they're going to have these guys on the Reynolds artillery battery with 14-pounder James rifle, so that's some decent weapons. But it's going to take a little while to get there, 3 more days. We're going to keep these guys close together because I'm very wary of how many Union troops are here. 26,000 there, 14,000 there, and another 16,000 just behind that. I mean, we haven't got nowhere near that. Less than 20,000 in Beauregard's force, and not even 12,000 in the Shenandoah force. And then we've got the Reserve Corps, which is Magruder's force, which is up here. They're going to take Winchester and this supply depot at Harper's Ferry, and then we're going to pull them back into Eastern Virginia. We've also got the the Northwest Army of Virginia here, which is under Garnett. Almost 6,000 men. They're just holding tight here, basically. So that's that. Let's get started with the campaign here. I think I've done enough talking. We've got a bunch of scouting squadrons ready as well, but they're not quite ready to move on. Well, maybe they are now. We'll start moving those guys out. So in an ideal world, I would like to get eyes on the Army of the Mississippi, but I don't think this is navigable. Nah, it's not. So let's just pull them. We'll pull them up here and see if we can cover this crossing. I don't know if that works like that, but we'll find out. I'm going to send the New Orleans squadron up towards Louisville. Not Louisville, St. Louis even. And we're also going to move Polk up in that direction. Just as soon as he gets those guys in, let's just have a quick check how long that's going to take him. 5 days. 5 days. So in 5 days' time, we're going to start moving Polk up. We're going to move on St. Louis. And hopefully, that's going to then draw the Army of the West back up towards St. Louis, although they have got 19,000 men. Polk will have less than 13,000. We also know there's an army here, so I'm just moving this scout up here. And I would like to see them. I would like to get eyes on those guys and see what we're facing there. It's unlikely we're going to make a move on them because we would suffer all sorts of problems if we move north into Ohio here. That's Indiana, actually, sorry. If we move north into Indiana. Beauregard a destination. I will carry on according to your instructions that are to none. Alright. That's a new thing. Or at least it's a new thing to me. I've not noticed that before. So we've got these two armies quite close together, so hopefully there'll be a nice and really close reinforcement range there should we need that. I might move these guys out of the fort. Maybe. I feel like we could maybe do with an extra brigade in here, in the Shenandoah force, rather than having them sitting in the fort, which is behind the lines. And I mean, if someone's really going to attack this, they're going to take it, whether those guys are in there or not. If we're being perfectly honest. Yeah, let's do it. I'm going to move him out. I'm going to put him in Hill's division, so it's not many more troops, but at least it takes him to 13,000. And I'll recruit a new unit into here as soon as we get the next thing unlocked and we get some weapons in. Like I've been saying, I'm being very, very careful with our finances. I'm only spending when we need, not when we want. Dunnington destination. It's one of the fleets. Oh, these guys. So yeah, that's the Army to Ohio there then. They're going to be up to 15,000 men once they get their recruits in. At least that's what our estimates are. All right. Okay. Scout 3. I'm going to move them up here towards Evansville. Like I said, I'm not really sure if it covers the crossings exactly, but I think it might. Scout 2, actually, sorry, that was moving up there. Scout 3 is going this way. Who's arrived now? Maffitt. That's these guys. I'm worried about this army the most. This is my biggest concern at the moment. The Army of the Mississippi pushing into Arkansas. It's bad news for us. We could really do with disturbing these blockade flotillas as well, but we just don't have the ships. Alright, so that's the New Orleans squadron has arrived. Why can we not double click that? Whoa. The West Virginia militia. 13,000 men. Not spotted since the 9th of July. Where are those guys then? Yes, overall we are definitely starting to lag behind in manpower. 120 to our 85,000. Ah, so his fleet is there as well. Let's go and take those guys on. Do them, Rousseau. If we can knock this fleet out of the way, we'll then move up with Polk. Just making another one of these little scouting squadrons, Scout 5. We've got a handful of ships constructing. And Virginia here, the casemate ironclad ram, is almost halfway done. Scout 2 is at their destination. Okay. We are engaged in the fight up here. We've sunk a ship. Alright. Glorious victory at the Mississippi. Nice. Sunk one ship, so they must just bugger off after that. Good job, Rousseau. Push up. Quite low readiness for those guys, but anyway, that's opening up the road for Polk. Get up here, Polk. See if you can't take St. Louis, or at least cause the Union some headaches. I'm not sure why the Missouri State Guards feel the need to go all the way up to Lebanon to pull back. The Western Army didn't. They just pulled back. Alright, well, there's that. We're going to reinforce the Western Army because they're probably going to encounter combat soon. I'm going to give them a new division. Let's give it to Pack Claiborne, one of my favourite CSA generals. And let's get Lovell and Barton into that division. I mean, it's going to be a tiny division, but we'll have Maury to support them, and Hawes. He'll be joining that unit as well once they're done. It's going to take Van Dorn to over 10,000 and make his force a little bit more viable, I feel. And they're going to push on for Little Rock. Slow this down. Rousseau at destination, okay. Let's give him blockade orders for now, so you can blockade St. Louis. Our new scouting squadron's not quite ready for movement. However, we could make use of the Texas Maritime Department and get them up here. Just leave them at Cairo to guard that crossing. So Smith's brigade is also ready now. Let's get them transferred out and into one of our fighting units. As previously stated, we've got nothing in terms of weapons. We do have some on order. It's going to be a long time for them though. 25,000 Mississippi rifles are going to be 113 days. And we've got 10,000 plains rifles on order, which are going to be another 85 days. We've almost taken Winchester, and hopefully we'll take the supply depot and then resupply Magruder's force, which is running low on food. Wofford's defamed, alright. Let's replace him with Fitzhugh Lee. There you go. Alright. So 24-pound howitzer should be about ready in 0.0 days. So we'll do a little bit of reshuffling once that happens. Oh, yep, we are seeing movement here. Oh, weapons are delivered. Nice. I didn't know this happens either. Your weapon order of 64 24-pound howitzers has been accomplished. The weapons have been added to your depots and can be used to equip units. Nice, nice, nice. Let's get these out here. I feel like we're going to see some combat soon. We're going to make actually a division of artillery. Seems to be taking longer for defamed commanders to regain their fame as well. Sometimes it used to go pretty damn quick. So I'm going to keep the Napoleons with those guys, but we're going to switch out these dudes. Both of them are 12-pound howitzers. I'm going to upgrade these guys to 24-pound howitzers, which are fairly powerful guns. I mean, they do have, like, they're quite slow to reload and things, but they are powerful. They pack a punch. So that now means we've got a couple of batteries here, at least, of dedicated artillery troops. And we're going to leave these 12-pound Napoleons with the infantry, because they're quite handy up on the line. So we've got a lot of 6-pound field guns here still as well. 12-pound field guns there. Let's upgrade those to 24-pound howitzers, the field guns. Then that makes this artillery unit viable again. 12-pound howitzers for Barksdale's division. So we're going to keep those there. These 6-pound field guns, we're going to upgrade those guys to 12-pound howitzers. Same with these dudes, 12-pound howitzers. They're okay. And that makes these quite a bit more powerful. Where else are we expecting combat? I would think probably, I mean, all over the place, to be honest. But most immediately... this is stupid how they've gone up there. They're actually okay. So they've got one lot of 12-pound... Oh, they've got two lots of Napoleons. And then a 6-pound field gun. We're going to leave them as that. Napoleons there as well for those guys. Alright. So Army of Tennessee only have 2 lots of artillery and they're both 6-pounder. So we're going to give them one lot of 24-pound field guns. So at least they've got one decent artillery battery. The Tennessee Corps now, these guys could also face combat up there. They've only got 6-pound guns. So let's give both of these dudes 24-pound howitzers. That's pretty much all the weapons used up. I mean, we've got 12 left. We'll give them out. Alright, and that's that. Didn't last very long at all, those guns. But we've got 2 lots of 24-pound howitzers available now in the Department of the West, which is nice. It's handy to have those weapons available. Okay, are they going to come south here from in Eastern Virginia? This is my concern now as well. Well, we've got 20,000 men in Beauregard's force at least. Anyone else ready in the Virginia HQ? No, nobody is. Pickett's guys, 31 days. McLaws, 16 days. The Marine Brigade, 8 days away. Manigault, 20. Still ages. But yeah, let's take Winchester and we'll then pull back across. I know it's only 4,000 men, but 4,000 men can make a difference when your forces are this small. Military 2 enacted. Nice. So the next thing is to either go for Conscription Act, which is then going to extend all our contracts to 3 years, or we go for Military Act 3 first and get more recruits on board. But I don't think we need that. We can't really afford to equip them. So what I was thinking, if we go for Industry 1, it's going to help us have more subsidies for industry, and it's going to also let us open up arming civilian ships, which will be handy, or we could also do the Regulars Act, all of which are pretty good, actually. But I'm going to go with Industrialization 1. Polk is making his move on here. And the Western Army is on its way towards Little Rock. Alright, hang on. So we have taken Winchester here. And the depot, which is refilled Magruder. Let's bring Magruder across into reinforcement range, but close enough so he can nip back into the valley if he needs to. So Polk has arrived. What have we got available? Projects. Let's have a look. Administration reform and suppressed population. I think we'll leave those for now. I suspect these armies here in Missouri are going to make a beeline for Polk. I'd be surprised if they don't. But Polk's now up to 13,000 men. Very poorly armed troops on the whole, though. We've got one lot of Mississippi rifles and one lot of Springfield muskets. The rest are all just mixed muskets. But we do have the 224 pounders. Stuart's Cav as well here under Forrest. Mixed cavalry weapons. Not too good. Scout 5, are they ready to move yet? I'm not sure. Don't think so. No. And we've made a little expedition squadron here as well. They're almost ready, so just waiting for one more ship to join them. We're going to send them up to start harassing the Union coast, the federal coast. Let's see if we can do anything with this fleet. I want to set them to raid, and I want to see what happens. I've never really done this before. Probably will just get wrecked, but I mean, it's a tiny little crappy fleet. Let's see how this goes. If we can disturb these blockades a little bit, that would be nice. We're not expecting to gain like a naval victory here or anything like that, of course. Just want to keep a quick eye on happenings in Virginia. We've got 29,000 more recruits available, which sounds like a lot, but really it is not. Let's put another brigade of infantry into this fort. And then again, if need be, we can always move them from the fort. Wolford, he's defamed, but I think he'd be okay in the fort for now. Maybe it'll help rehabilitate him. So we're waiting on the schooner to join the fleet still. Yeah, so our ships are just getting sunk. I thought the whole idea was that you would just go there and you sunk again. I thought the whole idea would be that you would just go there and harass them rather than go and engage these ships. I mean, which obviously we don't want to do. Yeah, all the ships are lost. Well, the CSS Forest is withdrawn. Alright, well, that was a disaster. And it didn't even stop the blockade. What an absolute waste of time. Okay, so I'll not bother with that then. That's an absolute waste of time. So we're moving the fleet out. To set a waypoint, you just hold control, just in case you didn't know. Oh, except, yeah, it doesn't really seem to do it that well. We're going to send them up the coast, like I said. That's all that's left of our North Carolina squadron. One ship. Okay. I really did think they would just go and harass them. I didn't think they would full on engage them. I thought that was the idea of that raid mechanic, that they would just go and kind of harass them. But it seems they just went in there and got blown out of the water instead. Could it be we're going to see an episode without a battle? Yet the Army of the West is totally pumping in here towards the Tennessee Corps and Leonidas Polk. Should have continued to push up north with the Missouri State Guard, but, you know, they're not really in a shape to do that. Something I'd like to see is how the our squadron of ships is here with 36 guns. They should be able to support this army in the battle if it's near the river. But they can't. Will we take St. Louis before the Army of the West gets to us? That's a good question. We'll find out soon. Looks doubtful. Almost 20,000 men against our 13,000. It's going to be a real tough fight. And Polk, of course, not particularly an impressive commander, if we're honest. But let's fight the battle. I think this is a new picture. Quite like it. Now, we've defeated Curtis once before, but we're quite outnumbered here, so numbers do make a lot of difference, especially in these early battles where you guys are brand new, and his men won't all be. They've already fought a battle, whereas Polk's guys have not. Okay, so the good news is we're defending our position. I like to see that. Curtis with 19,000 men, 17 guns, alright. We're fighting here, Battle of Springfield. Well, it's Battle of St. Louis, but it's Springfield on the map. Where are they coming from? They're coming from over here. So I suspect they're going to come straight down this road and probably try and cross at one of these fords. Tills Ford, Brewer's Ford, Brewster's Ford even. Right. Let's get out the HQ view. Leonidas Polk. Nervous about having him in charge. He'll be fine. Alright. There's plenty of crossing points here. There's a crossing here at the paper mill. There's a crossing here at Brewster's Ford. Ford even. What's this here? Railway line at the steelworks. And then is that Tills Ford? Yeah. So they can come from those places. And there's even a crossing further upriver. So it's a lot to defend. And quite frankly, we don't have enough men to defend everything. Kind of the railway line makes the most sense that they will cross here. Or does it? Where are they coming from again? This one. So they're going to come down this road by the coach station. Yeah, maybe. Or this one. We're going to guard these 3 forts with parapets. We only have 7.5 engineering points. And really, we haven't got very many men at all. It's difficult when you've got little manpower. And the weapons we've got are shocking. Alright, so let's go right ahead, and we're going to go with breastworks because we've only got 7.5 points, and we really aren't really going to be able to make that much. So there's one lot there. Let's see if we can make maybe a double section. Will that fit 2 brigades? Maybe. But we're almost out of. And they can also cross here and up there. I mean, if they come from that one, we're going to have to reposition anyway. We'll position along this wall, I guess, if need be. There's actually a fence here as well, which is kind of in the way. Okay, well, it is what it is. Yeah. Okay, let's put frost in here. Obviously, once we know which way they're going to come from, we'll reposition our troops and we will guard in force, basically. We'll put Sibley on there with his Mississippi rifles, and then let's put the Springfield muskets here. I suspect this is the main attack from here. However, who knows? I certainly don't. No shot for the guns from here? Oh, this is fine. That's fine. I was going to say, surely there must be. So we've got 2 lots of guns. One's going to cover this way. The other one's going to cover this one. But again, like if we need to, we will shift them. Okay. Forrest, he's got 300 men. We'll just keep him here. We'll keep him in reserve. Not that we... Yeah, okay, well... It's difficult, this. We haven't got very many men. We'll have to wait and see where he comes, and we'll have to reposition and take it from there. Let's get started. Just give them long-range fire orders for the infantry. Federal morale is slightly higher than ours. Not too bad, though. So we spotted the Union coming. Cavalry in the lead. Let's get our guys out of there. I learned the hard way last time that you have to have the division commander with your men to give those withdrawal orders, which is ludicrous because the brigade commander could definitely tell his men to withdraw. It's not some crazy maneuver. I'm just repositioning the guns. I feel like maybe they're not going to press here. We'll leave Frost, but I mean, we'll reinforce them if need be. I'm just sending Buckner across to support this crossing. So the first battle debuff for all our guys. Let's see what Harney's got planned for us. Are they going to push straight for this central region? It's certainly possible. Buckner, of course, could just move back across this way to support this side as well. He's not that far away. He does have a creek to cross, but there's a road, so it shouldn't be too bad. And we've got Chalmers watching the right. We may not need him at all, so he's going to come across if need be. Yep, here they go. Mississippi Rifles for Sibley's Brigade. And Springfield Muskets for Smith. I mean, Springfield Muskets suck, but they are our best weapons, yeah, except for the Mississippi Rifles. Looks like he's moving troops across that way. I'm going to probe this crossing. Let's hope Frost's up to the job. Oh, and he's actually pushing for this. Our right-hand flank crossing. Okay. Taking some pretty heavy fire. Pushing another brigade into this crossing. Okay, so Chalmers, we're going to move him over across. We're going to keep an eye on our left flank as well, though. I don't want to commit too many troops into this fight on the right. The two central brigades are going to stay put for now. I want to go with counter battery fire for one of these. Not sure what he's playing at here. Just standing here getting shot to bits. Here comes his cavalry across the centre. Infantry joining the attack as well. Very, very tough firefight here. Sibley starting to take some casualties. I'm actually going to push Chalmers across to the centre. Or left. There's even two moving on the left now as well. Frost needs to hold, but he's given fire already. That's excellent. Oh, our guns are suffering casualties. Let's pull them back. Oh, let's not. Counter battery fire, damn it. Ah, the guns have been driven off. Shit. Keep it up, boys. Good job. Frost, you need to hold, son. More counter battery fire. Shit. I'm going to pull them back a bit. I wonder if they're rifled. Because they're certainly causing us some issues. I can't really see. We've driven off one of their brigades on the flank. Our centre struggling. Come on, Chalmers, get across there. Okay, so Stuart's going to add his fire to this fight. Oh, shite. Sibley's almost done. Why is he facing away? Sibley's gone. Stuart's almost broken. Shit, we're done here. We are done. Centre's fallen. Damn it. Another defeat. Okay. Well, that was a nightmare. I'm trying to bring Buckner across here, but I just can't see how we're going to pull this back out. They were blasting into these guys' flanks. It doesn't seem to be making any difference. 700 casualties for those dudes, and they're still just not bothered. Come on, Buckner, get in here. Double time. Oh, maybe we're going to push these guys away. That might change things. Oh my god, why are you... Just hold firm. Get into the fight, Buckner. Come on. Oh, unbelievable. Our men break so easily. I mean, I know it was his first combat, but come on. You hold Frosty. I know he won't, but I would like him to. They're never coming back. Alright, we're done for. Okay. Retreat, boys. Get the hell out of here. This was terrible. So this is what I'm talking about, okay? So... like, his brigade seemed to lose any amount of men. We lose 200 and they've run away fleeing. Smith's done okay, but the rest of them, I mean, well, Greg done alright as well, actually, but still not amazing. Nothing to be done. We're outnumbered and outgunned, I guess. It was shite. Shite battle. Really disappointed. I mean, we're still fighting, we're still holding. I don't even see how it's a defeat. Retreat in good order. Lost 1,600 men, they lost 3,000. We lost all our guns. Damn it. Where are we going to retreat to? That's the big question. So that's a couple of big setbacks we've had in this campaign. Couple of defeats. Captain Robertson falling to disgrace. Well, I mean, I'd be surprised if it's only him. But we'll dust ourselves off and we'll go again. Defeat at St. Louis. Tennessee Corps in retreat. Yeah. The main blow is here that we lost all those guns. That's a real kick in the teeth, actually. And where's he going to go? He's going to retreat to here. I mean, like how... Retreat to Cairo. Can we burn this depot? Yes, we can. At least we've burned the depot. Can we burn this other shit? No. Okay, well, I mean, it can't always go all our way, but that was disappointing. Right, let's see what happens here. I mean, it says we lost the guns, but they've actually got them. He's only got 2, but, you know. Let's replace him with someone else. There's nobody available, really? Hardly anybody. Why is nobody available to command these guns? Yeah, he'll do. Very poor. I'm surprised Polk wasn't defamed. But I mean, he was outnumbered, so... You know, it wasn't an easy fight. But we should have held those crossings better. How is this now a command? I'm going to burn that as well. It must be because the Missouri State got advanced. What the hell? Don't even dare say you're marching up there now. You just get your butt back to Carlton. It was a tough fight. I won't make excuses. It was a hard fight. There was probably mistakes, but, you know, these things happen. Ah, the CSA Marine Brigade is ready. Let's get these guys sent out to a unit. Ship out, boys. Get it? Ship out, Marines. Right, I'm going to move them into the Longstreet Division. So we're going to have the Marines fighting on land for us here. Beefing up the army, the Eastern Virginia Army. Another city falls. Unions... Which city? It better not be St. Louis. Because how... It is St. Louis. St. Louis fell to us, even though we're retreating out of there. What the... Okay, well, I'll take it, but, I mean, that's bizarre. He's not going to be able to withdraw there because he's got low readiness. So we've slipped away. Okay, pull back, Polk, come on. But he won't be able to move because we're in enemy territory. Oh, this is bullshit. Alright, so at least the Western Army is almost in place. We need to try and get Polk's troops out of there, basically, because I think they're stuck here. I mean, they can't move anywhere. St. Louis is going to flip in a second, and we can't go anywhere. Unbelievable. So, we also hardly got any ammunition, no food. We're just stuck. Starving now as well. Stuck and starving. Polk is low on supply. Yeah, no shit. Because I can't move him, because for some reason the game mechanic won't allow you to move. I mean, why? Low readiness. No movement possible on hostile territory due to low readiness. It's bullshit. You tell me he couldn't retreat from there. Absolute garbage. Oh, it's one of the many things that annoys me about this game. And that is certainly bullshit that you couldn't be pulling back. So his men are going to starve to death here on the river because of low readiness. We're drawing supply from somewhere. We've got 30%. Are we ready to move now? Come on, Polk. Yes. Unions offered 3-year contracts, so they've got 150,000 now almost. What have we got available? Confederate guns. I want to try that one. It's going to get us access to that new artillery thing here, the Williams gun. I've never heard of it. It's a breech-loading rapid-fire cannon that is operated by a hand crank, firing up to 40 rounds a minute. And we also get the 12-pound Napoleon iron smoothbore. Let's do it. Just let time run a little, then we'll have a look. So Polk is at least pulling back now. I was going to give him raiding orders, but we can't. And it looks like the army here has pulled away as well. Alright, so then they finished his depot. When this is finished, he'll start moving again. This is what the AI does. Every time he stops, he'll build a depot. Or pretty much every time. Van Dorn's doing just fine. 96% artillery ammunition, 98 rifle ammunition. I don't think we've got any rifles, but, you know. Yeah. Alright, so we're almost ready to draw this episode to a close. We do have some more troops available, though, so we'll put someone else into Pemberton's unit, yeah? Let's just go for just a tiny cavalry regiment from the Indian Territory. I'm going to move these two guys out. So Maury is going to go into McCulloch's division. No, he's not. He's going to go into Claiborne's division, sorry, in the Western Army. And that cavalry unit, what have we got here? We've got a Macintosh. So they've got substantial cav here, actually, almost 3,000. going to move him into the Missouri State Guard, and then we'll set up a little cavalry division here with Hawes and Davidson. We've also got these 12-pound guns available. Okay. Now the Western HQ has got a bunch of troops available too. That's our force at Memphis. So let's build up the force at Louisville, and let's stick another brigade or so into Polk's corps. So I've actually added an extra division to Polk's corps. That's going to take Polk up to 16,500 men. And let's get Anderson's brigade into Hardy's division in Albert City Johnson's army. It's going to take him to 11,600, and we're going to leave these guns behind. So we had an unsuccessful push there on St. Louis, but I mean, we were outnumbered. It wasn't never really about gaining a massive foothold there. It's more about drawing troops away back into the north. But, you know, it would be nice to do better, but never mind. I do like that not everything's going my way in this campaign. Actually, it makes the game a lot more interesting. It certainly does to me. I'm sure it must do to other people as well. But I'm happy with that. We've got more troops available here as well. But for now, I'm going to actually call this episode to a halt. It's gone on long enough. But actually, before I do, I'm just going to give these guys orders to move up. While I remember. And then we're going to move them into here, and we're just going to see if we can cause a little nuisance by making a blockade, see if we can get some of those guys, to some of his fleets to pull away and deal with us, but maybe they'll just ignore them. I don't know. But either way, that's it for today's episode. I do hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed seeing me getting my arse whooped there at St. Louis. It does happen occasionally. It certainly has been happening since the 1.07 update. And I don't even mind, actually. It makes the game a bit more realistic, a bit more fun to play, a bit more challenging. It's boring when you win all the time, or I think so anyway. But anyway, whatever you're doing, I hope you're having a great day, and I hope I'll see you in the next one. If you're new here, remember to subscribe. If you liked the episode, please leave a like. Let me know what you thought of it with a comment. And if you've got any unit requests or anything like that, drop them in the comments. I'm happy to stick them in whenever I can. So, yeah, I'll catch you later.